have your scene together, and you've created us two sources. You now have a webcam and a microphone. Now we want to make something on the screen. So right now you just have whatever you have. Your webcam is shining. Mine's shining on black screen. There are red boxes all the way around here. So if you grab any of these red boxes, it's going to allow you to make yourself bigger. If you just click on the middle of the screen, it's going to let you put yourself anywhere you want. You'll see a lot of popularity with people that'll make this a little smaller and put them in the corner of a screen just so you can kind of keep seeing me, I guess. We're going to put this way over here in the corner, but I want, so like this, the rest of the screen would be your gameplay or your screen capture or your display. But you know, having me behind a green screen isn't aesthetically pleasing at all. So if you notice down here at the bottom left here, you have filters and properties. All right, so we know about properties from the last video and building out some of our scenes and then putting together our webcam and microphone. So you can always mess with those as far as like the true nature of what that source is. So that's what properties are, and they're kind of like almost like hard and fast rules that particular source will remember, or the scene. So if you want to mess with your sources, then you can go into what's called a filter. So let's click filters, and that's at the bottom of your screen there. So let's go over here, and we can see that you can see me, I guess. All right, and now you have me in a smaller box versus the entire side of the screen here, or it's the entire black part of the screen. So there's two different kinds of filters, and they're all very fun, and I think you guys should really work with them. There's audio video filters. Of course, we're messing with a webcam, so unless you're utilizing the mic on your webcam, that would be something you do. But I've got a mic right here, and I assume that you guys will too, and you'll have all different kinds of mics. I've been messing with mics for years. So your effect filters, you're going to go down just like you did with everything else, and you're going to click the plus button, and the plus button allows us to have more different opportunities to alter our webcam. The first one you should do is what's called Chroma key. So you're going to just press Chroma key, and it says please specify the name of the filter. It doesn't matter. I always keep it Chroma key because that's what I want it. That's what I know it as. And right when you hit OK, you disappear, or at least the green screen disappears. So now you have the ability to completely mess with yourself as far as this. Now, if you move this down, you notice that I'm on this black screen over here, and you can't see anything. So now I'm messing with myself over here, and you can't see me anymore. So all that works. You can't see the background anymore. So reality kind of takes a back seat, and now you're in control of what people are seeing behind you. You can put backgrounds behind you. You can do all kinds of fun things with this, but you can say make the similarities differently. The other thing I want you to understand is you can mess with all of this, and then you can mess with it, and keep going, all this stuff, and you're like, oh no, I've disappeared. Oh no, it's terrible. I hate that. There's a default button down here, and just hit defaults. And are you sure you want to reset your current properties? Yes, I do, to their defaults, and now you're back. So I'm going to mess with a little bit of like just trying to kind of see how this, I've got my filters the way I like them. So I don't want you to copy your filter, because I want you to mess with yours, because you could have different lighting. You could have all different kinds of things. So specific to mine, you're going to want to go ahead and look at this. I usually leave this part alone. And when I really start to mess with something, I want to go into what's called color correction. So you're going to go back to your plus sign down here and your effect filters and find color correction. And the color correction sitting there, we don't even have to mess with the name, just hit OK. So now we are more into the section where I would want to mess with something. So I'm going to show you, see, I'm pretty washed out. I mean, I would say that that's just way too much. Kind of not, there's depth of field, I can see the 3D nature of it, but there's ways that you can kind of make yourself even look better. So if you deal with a gamma, and I always go probably about -72 on that, on the gamma. And my contrast, I just go to 12, and then I do brightness at minus 85. It's really, really sensitive, so we'll just do it this way. And then the saturation point is 27. And then the hue shift is around 355. And you can actually add this, so just go 355. Well, 355. You're going to leave the opacity the same way. And then that pretty much allows you to kind of have yourself look a little more alive. So now you can kind of see me, and there's a little more life to me. It does, you know, black out a little bit of what's down below as far as this, but when you put a background upon it, then it kind of comes in, so it's like black on black. So I mean, I've got the black beard, I've got the black shirt, I've got the black microphone on a black screen. So there's all different kinds of things like this. So if you wanted to do a background, so what you'll do is you'll go into any type of, you can even take your own picture. So once you take your own picture, then you can go back down to your plus, and you go add a plus, you add source, and you go to what's called image. So it's a little thing down here right below, basically sits right in there. Now, for the purposes of this, I'm not even going to really change the name, so we're just going to go OK. So it'll allow you to choose a background. So then you just take your red boxes and you shrink that sucker down. And notice that my background is swallowing me up. Well, that means you can identify priority. So there's these little upward arrows and downward arrows, and you can take your image and move it below the webcam, and watch what happens. So now I am in charge. My webcam is more prioritized than the background picture. So, you know, we have to mess a little bit because I've got a little bit of some stuff over here. So when you have comes like this. So primarily you want to, so the other thing you can do is you can click on webcam. Let's move myself over here. So click on webcam, and this little red box over here. Okay, so you're going to hover your mouse over this right here. This little, you know, I guess, west box, and hit the Alt key, and then move your mouse, and it starts doing this. And notice that you see my mic is literally disappearing. So see, now half my face is gone. So I'm actually taking some of those things off, and it just allowing me to kind of have this. So that means now I have the ability to just be sitting out there like this, and you can kind of see me. Now, from this perspective, I probably took too much, so I'd go back to Alt and then move my mouse just enough to where you see the mic. And that's pretty nice. So then you can kind of move yourself over there, or then you can make yourself even a little bit bigger, and now you've had yourself, and you can make the background a little bit bigger, and you can have all kinds of fun. So that is the way that you can make this whole thing. And then if you ever want to if you notice there's a little bit of space down there that kind of shows me, it kind of looks like I'm hovering above that. So you want to click this, and then you click your webcam, and then you start using your down arrow and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's go webcam. How about that? And you click it. So now we're illuminated on the webcam, and we're moving up. Perfect. So that's the way that works. So if you wanted to just kind of move your background or your image, you could move the image a little bit so you're not kind of in that. And you can take all of this, move it down into the bottom into a corner, and then you could take your image and put yourself right back down there. And now you have kind of almost an overlay that's been built already. So it actually looks kind of cool when I'm doing this, because it looks like I have the ability to reach out and grab things. So it's all just very cool. Special effects side of things. So I still have to mess with a little bit of the similarities, but we can mess with that, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So let's go back into webcam. We'll go into filters on webcam, and we'll go to Chroma key, and we'll see if we can so I kind of move this out of the way a little bit just to kind of see this, and we'll see here. We're just going to do just a smidge. And I think that did it. Yep, that did it. It's the reality side of the way everything looks. So there's different ways that you can build overlays. You're going to see a lot of that with your gaming. You can buy overlays. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity. You can create your own overlay. As a matter of fact, we'll probably do one of those for you as well. But now that you've fixed yourself, your webcam and your image and your background and your webcam, and you've got a microphone going, well, now you want to at least put something on the screen so people can see it, so then you can start to stream. And that's the next thing we're going to do. So I hope you really enjoyed this. Leave a like and subscribe, and we'll get back to this and keep making you some basic OBS content. Have a great day.